Become your future self. Rewire your mind for a new life. What if the life you're searching for isn't out there? What if it's already within you waiting to be remembered? The truth is, your personality, your habits, your mindset, they're not permanent. They're patterns. And anything learned can be unlearned. Anything repeated can be rewritten. You are not fixed. You are not stuck. You are becoming. And today, you're invited to begin a new chapter, a quiet, powerful revolution inside yourself. This is the moment where you stop living by memory and start living by vision. This is the moment you begin to create a new mind for your new future. Think a new way. Let's begin with the mind, because every transformation starts with a new thought. Ask yourself, how do I want to think? How would my ideal self, the highest version of me, think on a daily basis? What thoughts do I want to give my energy to? What is the new internal attitude I wish to carry? What do I truly want to believe about myself now? How do I want others to perceive me? And most importantly, if I were already this version of me, what would I say to myself every morning? These are not casual questions, they are doorways. When you ask questions that stretch your imagination, you activate the most evolved part of your brain, your frontal lobe, the part responsible for intention, vision, and creation. When you reflect on these questions deeply, you begin to install new neurological patterns. You start to signal your body to change your brain, to rewire. You begin to think like your future. Use imagination to create. This is the sacred space of creation, not from effort, but from imagination. So go further. Ask yourself, what is the greatest, most elevated version of me I can imagine? What would it actually feel like to be that person? Who in history do I admire deeply, and what made them extraordinary? Who in my own life already embodies the qualities I seek? Confidence, peace, compassion, strength. What would it take for me to think like them? Who can I model myself after, not to copy, but to evolve? Each of these questions opens you to possibility. Each of them turns your gaze from the past to the future. You're no longer a prisoner of your old self. You are becoming the architect of your new self. Behave like the new you. Now, let that future self guide how you act. Ask yourself, how do I want to act? How would this elevated version of me behave? What kinds of choices would they make? What habits would they let go of? What would I do today if I were already living that reality? How would I carry myself? How would I speak, move, and show up in every room? This is not about pretending. It's about aligning. You are not faking your future self. You are practicing it. You're becoming familiar with a new version of you. The more you act as your future self, the faster you become it. Feel as if it's real. But it doesn't stop at thoughts and actions. There's something even more powerful: emotion. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel? How would it feel to truly be this new version of me? What would joy feel like if it was no longer fleeting, but foundational? What would peace feel like if it wasn't conditional, but constant? What energy would I radiate if I already believed, deep down, that I was enough? Emotion is energy in motion. When you begin to feel like the person you want to become, even before you see external proof, you collapse the gap between now and someday. You no longer wait for change to feel good. You feel good and create change. Daily integration. This is not a one-time practice. It's a daily decision. A sacred ritual where you visualize your new self, speak as your new self, think like your new self, feel like your new self, and act as your new self. So ask yourself again, every morning, what would I say to myself if I were already changed? How would I speak to others if I embodied peace, confidence, and purpose? Who or what do I want to remind myself to be today? And then live that reminder, not just in meditation, but in traffic, in conversations, in silence, in discomfort, in joy. You are not your past. You are not your old story. You are the author, the sculptor, the artist of your life. And now, you're beginning to change your mind. And once you do that, everything changes. Inspired by the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.